Hello, this is Barry, and you're watching Barry and the PI. This will talk to you a little bit more about how to get around. I left out some parts, so I'll talk. As I mentioned about the modern uh, air-conditioned buses, but I didn't tell you about the other kind of bus. It's the bus that the Filipinos ride around in, the poor Filipinos. It's called the ordinary bus, and it's much older, smaller, and not comfortable seats, and it's not air conditioned. We caught one of those in Legazpi coming back to Manila. I was hesitant about it, but I said, "Oh, come on, we can go." And it wasn't air conditioned. Uh, Windows weren't tinted. As a matter of fact, you pretty much had to keep the windows open, and all it had was a sheet for a curtain. And once it gets going, that curtain's going to fly up all over the place, and the sun's going to hit you. But there'll be air coming in. That's all you can say about it. But that is good about it. That sun was hitting down, coming right out of the west, and hitting right on me and Maida. And so you had to try to hold the sheet down a little bit, keep it from blowing all over the place. Those are the ordinary buses. Yeah, you maybe should take it one time, like us, and get the experience of it. But then afterwards, you'll be wanting to catch the big, modern, air-conditioned buses. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about the province that Maida's from, and all of her sisters and brothers. She had quite a large family. They were from northern Samar. Her father had a business there, copra processing and coconut processing to get the oil out, I guess, or whatever else. And he was also a policeman, and he was on the city council of northern Samar. First time we went through there, we had gone to Iloilo, where Maida's daughter was going to school. She was going to college, and I was paying some of that for her to get her education. And we went to visit her, and we had a great time. I met her brother. That Anna Lynn was living with her uncle and aunt in Iloilo City. So we went there, and then Anna Lynn took us out to Marinara, I think, or Marina, and it's a nice outdoor venue, good food. I had shrimp gambas, and they were really good. They were very hot too. And they had a live band there. The band was really good. They had a really good singer. And I've always been amazed at these bands here. They have some wonderful singers. So one of the things you can do now. Northern Samar is a very poor province. And I think all of Samar is kind of poor. if you go to Angeles City, to the bars, you'll find that a lot of the girls there are from Samar. Their mama-sons go make a trip down there and hire a bunch of girls and take them back to Angeles City or Manila or Puerto Galera. So Maida used to tell me about going up there. He said one of her older sisters lived in a village up in the mountains, and the only way to get there was to walk. And so she and her other sisters would hike up that mountain to see her other sister. Now, that area was controlled by the NPA. That's the Communist Party, which has been battling the Philippine government for well over 50 years, more than that, probably 70 years or so. And so when we decided to move to the Philippines, we found out that her mother was having a birthday. And so when we moved here, we lived in a condo in Novaliches. So I could process my SRV visa, and Maida could get her dual citizenship. And so that's why we stayed in Manila for 2.5 months. And on weekends we would come up here to Tagaytay, and our son-in-law and daughter were living there. That's Aiko and her husband Elmore, our son-in-law. He worked for the Philippine Department of Transportation. He was a civil engineer. And so he was looking for properties for us to buy or a house. So we would come up on the weekends and look around. And then it was close to her mother's birthday, so we had about 11 people going. So we rented a van, a guy with a van, enough to carry that many people. And he had this friend who was going to help him drive down there. Because it takes a long time to get there. It's not that far. I can make it in a couple of hours in the U.S., but here, it's going to take you 12 hours to get down to Samar driving. So we went there. You have to take a ferry from Batangas over to Samar. It's not a long ferry. I think it took about an hour and a half. And as I said, I'd been there before, back in 2001, I think. And at that time, we called the ferry from Iloilo to Ormac Leyte, and there was a guy there that was looking for passengers to take, because he had to go up to Samar. And so we and another couple rode with him. The noticeable thing, or one, you you can get from Leyte to Samar via the San Juanico Bridge. They were very proud of. Built during the Marcos years. So we cross over that, kind of up and around down. But going up western part of Samar, God, it was slow. Every other kilometer you'd have to slow down because there's construction going on. The road just torn up. And so you just get up to speed and then you just have to slow down and crawl. I mean, building that road has taken years. And about the time they finish, it's time to start over repairing it. That's just the way it is. So we spent one night in Calbayog, I think that's what it is, and then came over to Batangas, another ferry ride. This time we were going to north of Samar, to Catarman, for me to meet her mother and celebrate the party. Oh, there were a lot of people there, and they had a lot of food. I think they broke out beer too. They got some beer there, and I even got out and danced a little bit, and I had a good time. But I wanted, when we were leaving there, I wanted Maida to show me some of the areas where she grew up and around. One of the things, as I said, about Samar is the NPA being there. And even at that time, just a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, you would see military, Marines and stuff patrolling down the streets or going off into the jungle. And I think they had signs, danger, NPA crossing or something like that. But it was really nice. I enjoyed that. Samar was a place that I had thought about moving to, but as I say, the medical care is not going to be as good as here in Tagaytay or Manila, which is not too far from here. So, but I thought that was pretty interesting to see the soldiers out there. Even still, I think NPA is slowing down a little bit. They're not moving in the streets. So there hasn't been many incidents that we used to have. I think they've been trying to get a truce made for a long time. And I hope they will, and no need to be fighting. Better to be voting, achieve your values through voting. So that's one way to get around. Is you can usually at the piers or at the bus stations, there'll be somebody that may give you a ride to somewhere because they've got to go there and they want to make money to pay for the gas and stuff, and have somebody to talk to. So always look around for that and get an SUV and travel around that way. So there's just a lot of great beauty in the Philippines, and you never know when you're going to come across it. So don't be afraid to go stop and turn off and go somewhere else along the way. Samar is a beautiful province, and there are a lot of girls that have married foreigners, and there are a lot of pretty girls there. I know, I've been there, and very friendly. So that's about it for that, but I wanted to show you something that's just started out and is not quite ready, but let's check out my lobster claw plants, and I got a new one starting out. This one will be like this in a couple of weeks. Isn't that beautiful? They are unusual plant. And then let's go over here. All of these pods like this, I got them all over here. Look at these, 3 right together, 3 right together, and 2 right together. 2 more. So within probably a couple of more days, those will have beautiful white pinkish flowers, trumpet-shaped flowers on them. It's going to look good. And this one's already got some ready. 3 of them on this one. And they should be opening up on the next day or 2. So things are looking good. To save my hair blowing all over the place because it's windy today. It would be hot without that wind. We did get a little rain, and so things are looking good. All that stuff we got out. And so that should be it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it answered some questions you may have. And y'all take care, stay safe, take care of your family, your pets. Where are my dogs? They're not bothering me today. And my wife's here now. She's feeding the dogs. That's where they are. There's my orange Bevo pickup. And so y'all take care, and I'll see you again maybe tomorrow. Bye-bye.